Da, 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 da. Well, good evening, good people and Eagle fans. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Before we get into it, let's take care of my good buddies from Sleeper.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code JOBU. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Make sure you call your shot on Sleeper. Use the promo code JOBU and get that matching deposit up to $100. Welcome, everybody. I see Logan Motorsports. I see Jeff Lee. My name is Jeff. And I see Tazip? I'm not even sure what that is, but good afternoon to you two. And I'm sure Lady Libra is going to be by here in just a second, double dipping. I'm not sure what the subject is going to be today. I just got back home here in Jobu's man cave and just getting everything set up here to go ahead and go. I haven't been here in a few weeks, so forgive me.
So let me go here.
While we get this stuff together. So let me get.
Do you believe that getting rid of A.J. Brown could actually be in the best interest of the team? Is there any way you see moving off of him as a positive?
Nope. Don't have it set up.
I see moving off of him as a positive if the player, is so consumed personally that it takes away from the team. Remember, this is a team game. It's made up of talented individuals, but it's a team football game. And I'm a big A.J. Brown guy. How many times have you heard me defend A.J.? And I never wanted him out and I still don't want him out. But I will say this. I'm not going to deny my eyes. All right. His lack of focus, his problems with the offense, his gripes for however valid they might have been, impacted the team negatively. He dropped
Mean Metal Mike, what's going on? How are you doing? A Crown, how are you doing?
110% effort on every play. Herb Brooks, I said the quote this morning,
let me know.
You give 99%.
Is the sound quality okay?
Easy.
I'm trying something a little different. I'm trying to have the microphone hanging here in front of my face,
and even on
so that way I can kind of keep this area clear. So let me know if that looks better, works better, if it sounds the same or what.
I'm talking about
currently cooking a grilled bologna and cheese sandwich.
So if
nothing like fried bologna, man. I ain't had a fried bologna sandwich in a long time.
We don't need that. That's not going to help.
Before we get to the supers here, I want to ask this last one then. Do you believe that Devonta Smith could take over the role of #1?
I think that's a tough one. I think I love Devonta, but I said it to you yesterday. I've been, perhaps it's unrealistic expectation, but I've been waiting for Devonta to become like.
Well, then doesn't this make sense in a West Coast offense? He fits better.
I become a guy because of the opportunity opposed to the skill set.
Completely. I think he's a #2, and I think he's been in that role. Well, Xander, what was the draft pick? You drafted him 11th or 12th?
10th.
10th. Fuck, man. I mean. Either
you. Well, that's why I said to you yesterday. I'm an Alabama guy and a Smitty
where was CeeDee Lamb drafted? CeeDee Lamb wasn't the 10th pick.
He was, I think, 19th or 20th, right before the Eagles picked Rager. Remember?
This is 10th.
Remember the Eagles passed on CeeDee Lamb to draft Jalen Rager?
Man, he's 10th. Don't you think the guy's got to take the #1 role eventually?
CeeDee Lamb draft. No, they didn't pass on CeeDee. CeeDee was 17th overall in 2020.
Okay.
Jalen Rager was 21.
Now, again, CeeDee's more in the slot. I get all that. But when does Devonta become the #1?
He's a better receiver. Forget what they want. He's
#1?
He's a better receiver.
I don't even think it's close.
So then Devonta was overdrafted.
I mean, you can make that argument. I think he's been a pretty good player for the 10th overall pick.
He's been a real good player for you.
Is he the best 10th overall pick ever? No.
The 10th overall.
Oh, Logan, because when he got there, they basically said, all you other guys were out, okay? And he's been the one, him with Brian Schottenheimer, have been picking all the coaches. So as opposed to Jerry Jones
Herbert as your
doing what Jerry Jones does, which is getting the hell in the way,
you're going to attempt to
he's the captain.
With a run guy, I don't think he's that guy. You've got to be a CD would be great in this offense. You know why?
What?
Because you can move them in multiple places. Slot. Why?
What the hell happened to their feed?
In West Coast offense,
he already does that.
Oh, that's my screen.
I'm saying that. Let's quickly read these super.
Hang on, let me. I gotta get squared away.
All right, we'll do a couple. Sills, I take off Jordan, Tyson, and Sadiq. I think they're going top 15. I put in Boston and Lomo. I do like both those guys. Boston.
See, I'm still having problems with this thing. I do too. Okay.
I'm with you. All right, a couple more we'll get to. Hangry Dog, over the cap.
I haven't been here in a while, so I'm having problems with some of the shit I got here.
He's paid a lot this year.
Oh,
Marshall, his name is Cole Pierce. Cole's been here a while, Marshall. Cole was the assistant head coach last year. I don't know if they elevated him to another role, but he's been the assistant head coach there. I think last year was his first year, but he's been here.
Okay.
Mr. Hill, Nick saved Bobo. He is going to be swooping 26.
Damn.
Here's Marsh. Eagles just hired an assistant to the head coach. Oh, yeah, no. Cole Peterson is not becoming the head coach of the Eagles, Marshall. I know you hate Nick, but can you persuade Frank to take Bobo now, Sills? That would be great.
Damn. They're cold here in Philly.
The 4-win O-line looked more like the 25 O-line. This is why Howie and Timu Budget need to take accountability. I don't know. You're talking about the 2020 O-line. That was pretty bad, bro.
It was, man. They were trash cans blocking.
This O-line might have been bad. They were not that bad. Yep, I don't even think close, to be frank.
No
Mikey
way.
Shred. 6 teams in the first round are eliminated every year. I've never seen an organization like Philly fire coaches at the rate they do. They expect Super Bowl every year. Jeez.
Yeah, great. Okay.
Marshall says, proud Nick hater right here, front and center. He is a tool.
Wow. Okay.
Well, we didn't start winning. Marsh, when Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni showed up, 11 wins was considered catastrophic in the city of brotherly love. That didn't happen until those two guys showed up.
Hey,
all right, Howie's been here. Lurie's been here.
Well, I got to tell you, man, if I'm Mark Holmes, I'm feeling pretty good about the last 2 Super Bowls. I'm watching two good quarterbacks, Hurts and Sam Darnold, win. I think it goes to Mark Holmes' take.
Defense.
You have to have an organization around Dak Prescott.
Yeah, but it also goes to the point of that, we get engrossed and entrenched in quarterbacks and offense. It's not all that, dude. You need a great team. You need a great defense.
That's right. But that goes to Mark's take about Dak.
See, I actually think Mark or Philly should be feeling better than Mark. Because if anything, we've proven again that
you got a better defense.
Offense is a little overrated. The Cowboys were the best offense in football this year. They didn't even sniff January.
But we didn't have any kind of a defense.
You don't have to have an elite guy at the position to win.
I know that. I think Dak's pretty good quarterback.
Well, I'm sorry?
I think Dak's a pretty damn good quarterback.
Dak's a great quarterback.
Yeah, I agree. I think he is.
He is a great quarterback.
Okay.
Philly doesn't like to hear that, but I think if Philly.500 took truth serum, he would say, yeah, Dak is good. Yeah. Now, where Philly's right is he does choke every December. I mean, it's like clockwork. They don't.
Here we go.
2 wins in 12 years is insane, or whatever it is. So
10 years.
That's the truth.
10 years.
He can't play ball. He can definitely.
He looks like he's in Dracula's cave right now.
Dracula's cave? The fuck are you talking? Dracula's cave.
All right, big guy, man. Well, hey, keep it up, man. John's throwing nuggets, by the way, at 365. So make sure you guys catch them. Bro, talk to you in the morning.
Okay.
Later, bro. Later.
You got it. Yeah, one thing that got basically solidified with Mark Holmes and myself, Sam Darnold and Jalen Hurts are the last 2 quarterbacks to win Super Bowls. Those guys aren't better than they're not better than Dak Prescott.
They're not better than Pat Mahomes. They're not better than Lamar Jackson. They're not better than Dak Prescott. They're not better than Joe Burrow.
That's what we're doing.
They're not better than Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I got criticized the last time because I was throwing snowballs at Mark and I was throwing hand grenades at 500. Without further ado,
here we go.
My friends. By the way, Adam Kaplan will join us at 5:30. Don't forget that. We bring in one of the great Dallas Cowboy content creators, our friend Mark Holmes, and we bring in the legend himself, Philly.500. He joins us now here. How you doing, guys?
I'm doing great.
Doing great,
Thank
man.
you for having us on.
Doing really good.
Mark, what did you learn about the Super Bowl on Sunday? What was your first initial takeaway?
First initial takeaways, defense is rather important when it comes to winning Super Bowls. Philadelphia definitely had it last year. You can see Seattle literally just shut out New England in that first half, and they did not turn over the football, which ended up leading to, Super Bowl win. Shout out to Seattle, which did not have a turnover throughout the playoffs. First time ever.
Absolutely. So, Philly, what did you – I have to be no snowballs here. So, here, Billy, what is your takeaway from Super Bowl 60? What did you learn about Seattle with their 5-stop quarterback? I'm sorry I added that.
It's funny because you want to talk about, this guy's such a great quarterback and he's better than these guys. But there's something to be said about playing a big game in the moment. Sanders says Philly.500 doesn't think Dak's a good. No, I think Dak is a good quarterback. That's never been the issue. The issue is he comes up short in the big moments. The one thing you could say about Darnold, he didn't. He proved that he could play in a high-pressure moment and situation. No turnovers, the whole playoffs. That's pretty good. Same thing with Jalen Hurts. It's not about who's always the better quarterback talent-wise. It's about who can come up in the big games, in the big moments. Who takes advantage of it? That's the argument.
I might have to just kind of throw a little bit into this. Because they were able to run the football and because their defense was playing so great, it didn't end up being where he had to go ahead and throw and score every single time they got the football. They were up 6-0 at the half. New England had 53 yards. I dare say there's a lot of quarterbacks that are put in that situation where their running game is going really well. They're probably not going to throw a lot of interceptions or fumble the football.
But how about this too, Mark? Go ahead, Philly. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but it doesn't mean just because they don't throw 30 times or 40 times, it's that one throw on that 3rd and 13 in the fourth quarter with 48 seconds left, and you need
the more you go to but you have lulled the defense to sleep. They know they're running the football against us. We got to stop the run. We're not worried about it. So when it does happen, oh shit, he's actually throwing the football. It's a surprise, as opposed to knowing every single time you got to throw the football because they can't run the football.
Right. But that
and you can play more conservative when you have a great defense.
Sure you can, but you still have to make the throws when you have to make them. When your name is called, you have to make the throw. You have to make the play. You can say Darnold didn't have to do much in that Super Bowl game, but what about the NFC Championship game?
He did.
Okay.
He did.
Got you, yeah.
What did he do? He had to show up.
He did.
So, it's not about how good you are. It's about, can you play at a high level in pressure moments?
But don't you take this into account? So he was 50% in that game. He was 19 of 38. He didn't have to do anything.
I didn't think he was good.
No. I thought, gets this. I didn't think he was special. I didn't think he was anything. But you know what afforded that ability? The same thing that Hurts has been afforded. You know what that is?
Sure.
If you have a great run game and a great defense, your quarterback doesn't have to be exceptional.
Of course it helps. Nobody's
saying that has to be exceptional in Dallas because of the shitty
Not
defense.
For 11 years, Sills. Not for
10
every
years.
single season when he's got all those games where he's the 1 seed, the 2 seed. He had it, and he didn't come up with it at all.
Wait. I will ask this question though, Mark.
Okay.
If you watch a guy like Sam Darnold win the Super Bowl, if you're a Cowboy fan, you got to be like this. Holy shit, this guy, nobody would ever constitute that guy as being an elite guy. He's a good player. He's not great.
I agree with you. But
how do you not go like this? Fuck, man, are you kidding me?
I actually look at it differently. here's how I look at it and say, well, damn, if we didn't have a defense that gave up fucking 31 points a game, maybe we would have won a lot of those games. It's not the same style of play that Seattle is going. Yeah, we're going to score some points, but if we can get a defense with that offense we have, we will definitely be better. A hell of a lot better. I mean, hell, we did beat the defending Super Bowl champions last year.
You did. All right, Philly. Let me ask this one to you. Right,
that's not that big of a slate. I mean, Dallas didn't beat us because Dallas was better. We beat ourselves. I mean, how many games did we give up leads? I mean, that was just something we did.
Hey, Philly, I want you to help me out on this. What are you doing? Like, what are they doing here you're going to try to run a West Coast offense with a non-West Coast coaching with a non-West Coast quarterback and assume he can do it. You have fired the entire offensive staff except the wide receiver and running back coach. Got a new pass coordinator, got a new run coordinator. All these guys have no experience, basically. They're all young dudes. What are they doing, man? I mean, I've been asking this question for 3 days. Tell me what they're doing.
We wanted a new offense. We wanted it to look different. We wanted change. Well, we're getting it. Now, whether it works or whether it's the right move, time will tell. But we got to give it a chance. It's impossible for me to sit there and tell you, this is how it's going to look. This is how these guys are going to be. I don't know. I don't know enough about these coaches. We've got to wait and see. But I tell you what, I'm so happy they're doing it because one way or the other, we're going to sink or swim with this coach and with this quarterback. I'm tired of the same thing every week not working. So I welcome it. But I think, got to be a little patient about it. And we got to at least give the guy a chance. I got to give the offensive coordinator a chance. You know what I mean? This is what I wanted. I wanted the handcuffs off of Hurts. I wanted it.
So you're giving the benefit of the doubt then?
I don't know about benefit of the doubt, but I got to wait and see. You know, I've got to wait and see.
Do you think Nick Sirianni would be the head football coach by the end of 26?
I think it's going to depend on how the offense goes. I really think that the reason why Lurie and Howie allow all this to happen is because I think they're basically telling Nick, you know, do or die. You know, no more excuses, no more putting on. You had talent around you. Now you got to go do something. So we'll see.
Mark, all the changes on defense, almost a complete change. Offense was changed in Philly. Defense was changed, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. In Dallas, brand new defensive coaching staff. What are you expecting this coming year with the Cowboys defensively?
Well, we gave up the most points in the NFL, so we got nowhere to go but up. When you look at Christian Parker, highly respected, the more things we end up seeing, it's like, I don't know how you Eagles ended up letting him go, especially with Vic Fangio kind of talking about retirement, that he could have been the heir apparent. But putting together a staff, much like we just said, Nick Sirianni, it's basically you're going to live and die by what he does. With Christian Parker, they're giving him full latitude to basically put together his staff of like-minded, teaching type guys. And so the hope is they're going to be able to take the pieces that they have. We've got a pretty good defensive front, and we have a lot of raw talent. So when you think about somebody like Overshown, when you think about somebody like Savon Ravel, that the hope is that they're able to coach them up to being really good players, because you're going to have to either go deep into free agency or you're going to need to trade back with one of those picks to try and get more draft capital. The thought in this draft right now is there's not a lot of great players in this. There's a lot of mediocre talent. And it may end up being that they do trade that pick, you know, the rumors are for Max Crosby. So if you get a guy like Max Crosby to add to that front and maybe some other free agents, you never know. It can definitely be improved.
For all the questions you're going to ask about the Eagles offensive coordinator and their coaches offensively, you can say the same thing about the Cowboys.
Of course. Yes, of course.
Because they haven't called any.
Oh, great.
So they're in the same predicament, just different sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And with a lot less talent.
But
the Eagles were better off in that way.
But Philly, you're changing it out with 11 wins and winning the NFC East. They're changing it out with an under 500 record and lesser talent.
It just shows you we're on different levels.
Yours is a course change. Do you guys agree?
But it shows you we're on different levels. The Eagles and Cowboys operate different levels. We are operating at the level of we win Super Bowl championships. We compete for Super Bowls. Dallas, they want to get to the playoffs. That's all.
There is
two different levels. They're not on our level.
There is one thing that you have to keep in mind with the NFL is I don't believe anybody going into this time last year thought Seattle or New England were going to be in the Super Bowl and that Kansas City wasn't going to be in the playoffs. Things change quickly. Teams rise and fall. Look at where Washington was last year this time and where they are now. You could end up being that with all of the turmoil and everything else, you could be in the scrap heap like some of the teams right there. Now, that's not to say you can't be great. Who knows? Nobody really knows.
Mark, I'm going to tell you, I think the Eagles are between 7 and 9 wins this coming year.
But I'll tell you what, one thing remains consistent. December comes.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Every December, I know that's going to happen. And it don't change.
Lane Johnson is reportedly coming back, but I'll ask you, Philly, what version of Lane Johnson comes back?
Depends on the injury. If he's healthy and recovered. Yeah, I mean, the way he was playing before, the one guy on the offensive line I thought was solid was Lane Johnson, even though we were struggling. So I think if Lane comes back and he can play, and I expect him to, I still think it'll be at a really high level.
A.J. Brown coming back?
Yeah, I think so. I think A.J.'s coming back. I think it's just going to cost too much to move him. And I think at the end of the day, you're not going to get the value that you would want in trading him. You're better off just keeping him on your team.
Mark, what are you going to do in the draft this coming April here? What's the area of need? Is it defense, or do you – is anything to do with what you're going to do with Pickens? It looks like you're going to put the tag on him. By the way, that's quite an expensive number that you're going to use on that tag to get George Pickens. But, dude, Pickens and CD and Dak were a force last year in the passing game.
They truly were.
Do you go O-line or do you go defense?
Well, the interior of our offensive line is good between Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, and Tyler Booker. Problems are, I pretty much think that Terrence Steele is going to be gone. He's an $18 million hit. He's not worth that. And Tyler Guyton is a big question mark. I think that the Cowboys, though, will probably roll the dice on the offensive line and look at the offense and say, they're good enough. They did what they did last year with what we had right here. We have to improve our defense. And so I believe they're going to definitely go defense first, and I think they'll probably go cornerback with the first pick. Maybe if they don't try and trade for Crosby, it sounds like it's going to be a bidding war. If it is open and the Cowboys don't like to get in bidding wars, that they probably will try and move back and create some more picks with it. There's not, unless there's somebody who really falls that you say we can't live without. With this draft being kind of a bunch of guys that are all kind of clumped together, it behooves you to move back and try and get another second-round pick or a third-round pick at it.
Philly, where do you think the Eagles go here now? You got some decisions that you're going to make here. Obviously, it looks like Lane's coming back. Do you draft for his replacement, or do you go all defense? Do you go secondary? Do you go edge? Are you going depth? Where do you think Philly and Howie goes? Because there's a new approach happening on offense here. They're going to try to spread the ball out. Do you go another wideout if you're going to eventually move off of A.J. Brown? Where do you think they go?
Well, I think the one thing we don't know is the offense, right? Are there offensive players that they want to go out and get that they think will fit their system better? So we have to wait and see there. But I tend to think you're going to see the draft heavy on offense, and I think free agency is going to be heavy on defense. I actually think that the Eagles are going to make a strong play to go out and get a elite pass rusher. I think that they want an elite pass rusher. I think part of that will be with if Jalen Phillips comes back or not. But, you look, they tried to get Myles Garrett last offseason. Then they tried to trade for Micah Parsons. Then they tried to go out and get Myles Garrett again at the deadline. I think this team is going to go out and get themselves I think the big splash is going to be a free agent elite pass rusher. And then I think they're going to come back. And I think in the draft, you're going to see heavy offense early. That's how
What do you make of the rumors that the Dallas Cowboys wanted Jalen Carter, and Micah Parsons came out and said that the Eagles put up Jalen Carter in a third for Micah Parsons. Parsons actually said that.
No. I was a little confused. Did Parsons say that the Eagles put Carter on the table? Because I'd have a hard time believing that. Or that's what the Cowboys wanted. Because I have a hard time believing the Eagles would give up a first-round pick and Carter for him.
Mark, wasn't it? What didn't Micah say that it was a 1, a 3, and Jalen Carter?
I'm going to say this because Micah Parsons, the day that this came through and he was traded to Green Bay, I'm shocked that this all happened. So now we're hearing Micah Parsons basically saying that, oh yeah, I was almost going to go ahead and get traded to Philly, but Jalen Carter was going to be in the mix to go to Dallas, and I wouldn't play without Jalen Carter. So wait a minute. It's like, so after all of the animosity between everybody, you're the one that nixed this deal? So I wouldn't put a lot of stock into exactly what Micah Parsons said. I think what Micah Parsons is trying to do is he's trying to hurt his ex-girlfriend, okay? He's trying to make him feel bad by trying to go with her girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what, if for some reason it was Carter, a first, and a third, right, for Micah, then Dallas would be stupid.
I would agree with that, but I would find it hard. I would find it hard to believe that the Eagles would end up putting up something like that.
I
wait, Philly, I'm not making a deal like that in division. I mean,
I ain't sweating it.
I'm not making a deal like that in my division.
That's, to me, that's more than they got at Green Bay. I would do that move if I was Dallas. I don't think the Eagles did it. Maybe
I don't think
Dallas
so either.
Wanted Carter. Maybe they wanted Carter, but I don't believe that was real.
Yeah, I have to agree with Philly.500 because Dallas said all along they were trying to get Quentin Williams before the season. That their whole thing is we want a defensive tackle. So if the Eagles called, they would have said, hey, yeah, we'll trade Micah Parsons, but we want Jalen Carter. But I don't think that the Eagles would look at this and say we're going to be a better team with Micah Parsons instead of Jalen Carter. I wouldn't even look at that. Way.
Do you think you should kick the can down the road on Jalen Carter and not sign him to a contract extension?
I mean, you could, but you risk, it costs you a lot more money. I mean, you definitely could. It wouldn't surprise me if they did that, by the way. I could see the Eagles doing that, but I don't think they will, but who knows? I mean, I think you got to sign him and Jordan Davis, though. I think they both must be signed at some point.
Should you give Jalen Hurts a contract extension now in this offseason?
I mean, I would have to look at I'd have to look. I don't have the cap numbers in front of me or what they're going to be, but yeah, I mean, you could.
It's one of the big debates right now, Mark. It's one of the big debates in Philly right now whether or not to give Jalen Hurts a contract extension. I'm sorry, finish what you said.
I probably would do it if I could. Yeah.
Even with the new offensive directional change.
Yeah.
Mark, what would you do with Jalen? Would you give him a contract extension?
I mean, you're looking at his numbers right now. I mean, he's a $31 million cap hit next year, 42 the year after, 47 the year after that. I mean, well, the rush would be is how much more will eventually go through. Eventually, the dam's going to break on Dak Prescott being the highest paid. When you start hearing about cornerbacks maybe getting, 35, 36 million, everybody's number is going to go up, and you're going to be looking, and all of a sudden it's going to explode. So the Eagles typically have been proactive in signing guys sooner than later. Landon Dickerson, after 3 years, didn't they sign him to his new contract? Because they want to get ahead of it. So I could see the philosophy on that.
And he was a second-round pick, though, too, so you had to do it a year early.
Right. So I can understand why they would, but I don't think that they really would right now because you're not really gaining a whole lot of cap space. Like I said, a cap number of 31 million.
Do it right now.
He's at 31 million. I'd be happy with 31 million as a cap hit for your quarterback.
I think you could wait probably a couple years.
I'm not giving that guy a contract extension. Not when I just watched Sam Darnold at $33 million win a Super Bowl. Mark, I think that Super Bowl has changed people's way of thinking. Because I brought this up I brought this up all week and all weekend long. Dude, Philly, why would I pay $50-60 million for a fucking quarterback when I just watch a guy with a $33 million tag go win a Super Bowl? Let me go build my roster. I mean, Josh Allen, he's one of the greatest talents there is in the game. And you
Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson.
Bro, there's very few people. Those guys are special guys, but you got to put Mark, you put Juju Smith-Schuster around Patrick Mahomes, and you think he's going to win multiple Super Bowls with Juju Smith-Schuster? You're not.
He already did.
He won. Yeah, but guess what? What happened in the last one? You guys tore him a new one.
Yeah, but
with the defense.
What I'm saying is I don't disagree with you, but there's two ways to look at it, because you could look at it like it's a lot harder to go out and hit on all these draft picks and hit on all these free agent signings to build a complete roster to have an average quarterback. If you have a top quarterback who can make everybody better, then it gives you the ability to mess up here or there on your roster. So that's the appeal of the franchise quarterback. Otherwise, you got to hit on your picks. You've got to hit on everything. I don't think it's necessarily that easy.
Well, what it actually has done is, the NFL goes in trends. The trends was you've got to have a lights out quarterback and you got to be a house scoring offense, and defense was kind of like it didn't matter. Well, defenses have kind of caught up to the offense. They're getting around all of the illegal contacts and everything else, and defense is now becoming key. When you look at everybody who's been in the playoffs this year, nobody had a shit defense like the Cowboys. Defense does matter. And so you're going to see teams that are going to probably be trying to load up on their defense a lot more than usual. And that's the direction that the Cowboys are finally recognizing. Hey, every year we have a top 5 offense, but it hasn't done dick for us because our defense, when it comes to playoff time, is not good enough to go ahead and stop teams from being able to run.
Mark, how about this with Quinnen Williams? Are you guys going to extend him this offseason here, or are you going to wait another year or two? Because, again, if I'm not mistaken, I think right now your cap space is something like $29 million.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Yeah, well, here's the thing. We're minus $29 million at the moment, but we've got 22 that'll roll over. You got 25 probably that's coming in the Ascension, and you've got triggers that could get you over $100 million. In fact, with Quinnen Williams, his contract is about a 20.
Kenny Clark.
Yeah, both of them are about 22 and I think $19 million. There are triggers in both of those contracts that you can flip that can get you about $20 million if you want to do that. I think Kenny Clark is probably more of the shorter term fix. I think Quinnen Williams is the guy they want to look and get locked down for an extension on there to go ahead and create that space and look for him to be here for the next 3-4 years.
You think they restructured Dak, CD, and Tyler?
Oh, without a doubt. With Dak, so you got to. Dak is 78, and I think you get like 32 million with the restructure. CD is like 38, and you get 19 on the restructure. Basically, the difference between the Cowboys and the Eagles are the Eagles basically already account for the restructure in the contract when they sign a guy now. The Cowboys basically have it the same type of numbers. They just have to flip the triggers when they decide to. And so when you have the triggers for, like, let's say DeRon Bland, you look at that and say, maybe we don't want to flip that because he may not be viable 2 years from now. So we'll hold on to that one. When you look at Dak, how he played this year, you look at it and say, yeah, I can see him playing another 2 or 3 years. You're okay flipping the trigger.
Couple last ones.
Flip that trigger, baby. Flip that trigger.
Flip the trigger. Well, you basically, it's the same thing with Hurts. Hurts has got a $97 million hit in 28. You already have the triggers flipped, so it's the same deal.
I get it. I just think it's funny you keep saying triggers.
Hey, you think Devonta Smith could become a number 1?
Do I think he can? Yeah, I do. I think Devonta.
So if you got rid of AJ Brown, you think Devonta could take that role?
Yeah, I do. The question is, who's going to take the other role? Who's going to take the second role? And if you're a guy like you who thinks Jalen can't do it on his own, then why are you going to go out and let AJ Brown go? You need all the talent you could get.
Do you know Jalen Hurts is one of the worst passing quarterbacks throwing across the middle of the field? of any quarterback. Xander gave me a number of any quarterback in pro football. He is the worst quarterback at throwing across the middle of the field.
Damn.
And you want to extend a guy, and you want to change the offense and think the guy could throw.
Well, you asked me if I want to extend it, I'd have to look at his. Like I said, I don't have his numbers in front of me. If you're telling me that over the course of the next 2-3 years, his cap number is not that big, then why am I in a rush to extend him?
I got to tell you, Mark, one last one here. I'm starting to like Dak more and more. The more I talk to you, I'm liking Dak more and more, man. You know why? Because I get to see a real quarterback every fucking Sunday.
Oh, shit.
And I don't
except for if he's in the red zone, right? Then it ain't too.
Oh, wow.
You just like him because you know it drives me nuts.
Well, we all love that, Philly. This is true.
Tell me
it drives me up a wall.
Been a player in pro football history that drives you nuts more than Dak Prescott?
Yeah, Phil McConkey.
Phil McConkey.
Damn that guy, dude.
Why Phil McConkey?
He just used to get on my nerves, dude. The guy would make like one catch, 5 yards,
folks.
Yeah.
This guy had one play in the Super Bowl in Pasadena. He catches the touchdown pass, and that guy drives.
That's it.
Nuts.
More than that. Okay. All right.
Hey, is there one Philadelphia Eagle that drives you nuts, Mark Holmes?
Oh, shit. One that drives me nuts?
Has there been one Eagle to drive you nuts?
I'm going to say Jerome Brown, man, because he was so damn dominant, man. He was a killer. Now, if you're not saying players, I'd have to say Buddy Ryan. If we're talking about coaches.
Is there one Cowboy that drives you nuts?
One?
All of them.
Oh, they all drive me nuts. The question is who doesn't drive me nuts? I tell you what, I mean, Emmitt Smith used to get on my nerves a lot. Jeez.
How about Irvin?
Eric, what was that? Tony Dorsett used to drive me nuts. Irvin used to drive me up a wall. But I like Irvin more after football.
Yeah.
Like when I get to know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Romo was like Dak. Like to me, Romo and Dak are exactly the same person. Like I don't see them any different. It's just a continuation. Two chokers that can't win shit, that everybody acts like they're the greatest thing in the world.
Mark, if you had to put your quarterback ranking between those two, Romo and Dak, who would you put? One or two? Romo or Dak?
Right now, they're neck and neck. I mean, technically, Dak's got better numbers. He'll own every Cowboys record within about the first two.
If you had to have a 60-minute ball game, who would you take? Romo or Dak?
I'm going to have to say Dak.
I'm taking Quincy Carter. You guys.
he took Dak over Romo. I love it.
You know what, though? Hey, Mark, you know how you can always get to Philly about Jalen? Just ask him about Randall Cunningham. Or
okay.
Go Randall Cunningham or Hurts. He'll never take Hurts over Randall Cunningham.
I won't take anybody. I won't take Brady over him. Give me Randall.
Okay.
You guys are awesome, man. I really appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much. Mark, continue great success. We'll talk again. Philly.500, we love you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for doing that, man.
Thank you. All right.
You got it.
Peace.
No doubt. That is it right there. It's never a quiet time. When it's Cowboys and Eagles, it's never a quiet time. You know what, too? What I love about Mark always hangs out a little bit to see if someone talks shit to him because he's used to people talking shit to him because he's always in that conversation.
Yeah.
He always goes, you don't think they're going to start talking shit on me when I leave?
That's it exactly.
But wait. Just 2 years ago, Dallas had Baby LT and Baby Primetime on defense. Don't move the goalposts. Those bastards cut them. And they didn't pay Super Bowl champion D-Law. Cowboys are turds.
Oh, Lordy.
Let's see what else we got here. Big Marsh coming in again. Sam Darnold and DeMarcus Lawrence.
All right, we're going to go ahead and end it on that with them. I appreciate everybody hanging out and everything here. Let me, I should have put it, put a poll up to see the thoughts on the microphone being up here and what you think. Dak had better weapons. Not on defense, he didn't. Thank you, Mark. Nice show. Glad you liked it, Nick J. Logan Motorsports, what's going on? My name is Jeff. How are you doing, Jeff? Philly is right. Ha ha. The challenge is fun to make us better. You're right about that one, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. All right, so we will be back a little bit later and taking care.